Alright, welcome back to my messy home. Today I'm making waffles. I figured I'd just bring you guys with me. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I have my waffle maker. Love this thing. And I have a jar of waffle mix that I make. But I'm almost out. I'll show you in a minute. So here's my jar. I put my waffle mix in. However, this is not enough to make waffles. So this here is my waffle mix recipe. So I have to make this before I actually make waffles. Okay, so this recipe is 3 cups of flour, half cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. However, I always double it because I always make more than that and I always want some left over. But today I'm going to try to make some for like freezing purposes so that we don't... Okay, I work, so when I have to go to work in the morning, my husband doesn't make breakfast. So this is a way for him to be able to just kind of pop things into the oven and then he can have waffles or pancakes or eggs and toast or whatever. So we're going to make some waffle mix. So you need a funnel because I put them in these I think what are these, are quart jars, which are awesome because a lot of my stuff is the same without my plan. But you can't get anything in there other than like 1/4 of a cup. So if you're going to do something like this, make sure you don't need to like take out, you know, a cup or something like that. Never works out. I still use it though. I mean, I could switch it, but I don't. So it's 3 cups of flour. I will just make one batch right now, just to show how we're gonna do it. Hope that was 3. I mean, half a cup of sugar, which is down here. Big old bin. Okay. 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Let's find my tablespoon right here. And a teaspoon of salt. Just make sure everything gets in there. And then I grab a whisk and just whisk it all together. So apparently if you don't have a sifter, which we do have one, but it's one of those ones that you have to like crank with your hand and squeeze, and my hands are not built for that. I said before, I've been crocheting and knitting all my life. I got some arthritis. We are not doing that. So you can use a whisk instead, and it makes your, blends all your stuff really nicely, gets it all together. I don't know how nicely this is actually together though, because, you know, I put everything in a weird thing. So we just give it a shake. One of my favorite things about using jars. And now we have waffle mix. Alright. I'm going to leave all this stuff out because I'm going to make some more when I'm all done. Alright, so now we have the next page, and my thing is waffles. You can't really see that, can you? Okay, waffles. And see, 1.5 cups of waffle mix. Okay, like I said, little tiny opening. I have to use 1/4 cup. So basically we do 1/4 cup 6 times because I did not think this through. Oh, we need a bowl. fall into my thing. Okay. Where'd it go? Alright, and then it calls for 4 tablespoons of butter. We're just going to use vegetable oil because I'm just not in the mood to be melting anything right now. And I don't have a microwave, so we have to do everything on the stove. Ooh, there is quite a bit left in here. Still gotta make some more. Because this will only make like 4 or 5 waffles. And we have a family of 4, and everyone usually, they're pretty big waffles. They come out to like these big old Belgium waffles, and everyone will usually eat 1, maybe 1.5 for us adults. But so 5 is actually pretty good for us. But if I want to put some in the freezer, I'm obviously gonna have to make some more. And everyone's picky. Like my son, he's 2. He likes peanut butter, so we put these peanut butter chips in them because he will ask for peanut butter every day, all day long, for every meal. And for my daughter, who is 9, obsessed with unicorns, she likes sprinkles in her waffles. I mean, not that it's a big deal because I put them in after I put the mix into the waffle maker, but it's just another thing you gotta do, you know, making everyone happy. Alright, let's get this plugged in and warmed up. Put a little drip tray in there. It's not very often I drip stuff, but if I don't put this drip tray, that will be the time that I'll definitely drip something down there. Alright, so, and then it calls for 1/2 cup of buttermilk. We don't have buttermilk. We have regular milk. And I use regular milk, and it works so far. So, you know, if you have buttermilk, you should definitely use buttermilk. However, if you don't, it's okay. Because we don't either. Someday we would like to, you know. The goal is to get some farm animals and whatnot. Have all kinds of access to all kinds of milk. Be able to make our own cheese and our own butter. Wouldn't have to be using vegetable oil. And we use vegetable oil because it's much cheaper. And even when we buy butter, like we buy the spreadable butter because just, you know, make toast and whatnot, which I make all my own bread. So if we didn't have spreadable butter, we would not be able to put it on there, because if you know anything about real bread, it does not, it just crumbles. Like, I don't know. It's not like sliced bread at the store. So even our stick butter is technically margarine. This calls for 2 eggs. There's a little compost bowl over there. And our milk, which is 1/2 cup. Let's look at the 1/2 cup actually. Alright, what do I do with the lid? Let's find a whisk. This one is really tiny. It'll work though. Alright, so when you make waffles like this, we make most of our stuff from scratch. It's nice to kind of know what goes into your food, even if we're not putting the ingredients I would like to be putting in there, but we don't make that much money. And having to buy like fresh ingredients all the time would be too expensive. But this is what it looks like. So the consistency is like not like the stuff you buy from the store usually. And this will make 4 to 5 pancakes. Or pancakes, I'm sorry. This will make 4 to 5 waffles. But it's pretty good. And like our eggs aren't farm fresh either, because we buy them in bulk from Sam's Club. I would like to have chickens, but we live in the city, so we don't have chickens. And apparently we're not supposed to have them so close to our house, so we can't even get them because our backyard is, well, it butts up against like 3 other people's garages, so that ain't gonna happen because they ain't be near any buildings. I don't understand that. Like, they're supposed to be in a building. Why can't I use my garage as a chicken coop? But, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. All right, now I got my family all situated. This is our beautiful pancakes. So this is a double recipe of that. This is what I'm going to be freezing. I might have to actually make some more, so that they have a couple weeks worth. So really gotta set aside like a baking day and get some stuff baked. You know, some pancakes, some waffles, and biscuits, and a bunch of bready, doughy stuff I can freeze real easily. And I mean, it's possible that this could be enough for a couple weeks, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so back to my, 4 tablespoons of melted butter. We're using this instead. So 4 tablespoons is half a cup. So we're going to do, or 1/4 cup, I'm sorry. 4 tablespoons is 1/4 cup. So we're going to do 8 tablespoons. We're just going to do half a cup of oil. And here my waffle maker over here popping, getting ready to cook some more waffles. Shove that there for now. So these ones I'm just going to make normal. I already did the peanut butter and the sprinkled ones. And then if they want some stuff on there, just going to have to put it on top and eat it. Got a rubber spatula here. Kind of clean this off as much as I can. Scrape these edges. Alright, and so I fill the waffle maker. It's usually like 1/3 of a cup. And I actually spilled it on the edges, overflowed. Here's our pretty waffle maker. Glove in the center there. Flip it. Got some stuff on the edges. I said I really don't do that. Apparently, I lied. Alright, so it takes about 3 minutes or so. And then we get this beautiful golden brown waffle. And I'm just going to put them on these plates. So they're done, and then I'll separate them and freeze them accordingly. But that is how you make waffles, or Belgian waffles from scratch, which you guys all know how to do if you have a waffle maker, because it gives you a recipe book to do it with. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today.